installed at the entrance of your or at the distribution system entrance of your house, right? Electrical connection. So what if we go beyond that distribution box? What if we go inside the house? And the motivation here is to be able to control some of your loads. Okay, so that's what is the importance of having a building automation system. Building, if you are talking about a big installation, or home automation system if you are talking about an individual house. Okay, so it can be a home automation system or a building automation system, HAS or BAS. Okay, this is a typical Wi-Fi enabled home automation system. What usually happens, you will have a central controller which usually is fitted near to your distribution box inside the house, which is wireless enabled. And from the central controller, you can actually have physical connection through physical wires, or the connection may be established by wireless means. Okay, so this connection can be both wireless and wired. Okay, what is happening here, this controller, through these switches, these are the remotely or wirelessly controllable switches, or controlled through wires. From the controller, you can control the loads. Mainly here, people use on-off control, but you can also, for example, for this ceiling fan, a simple on-off control will be just turning the fan off or on, but it is also possible to change the speed. Okay, so both are possible. And a simple control algorithm will be housed inside this central controller as well as at the control center in the utility. Okay. Now, why we are doing all these things? The motivation of having this BAS or HAS is to be able to, is to enable the consumer to participate in so-called demand response. So what is this demand response? Let's say in the utility is going through a peak demand period, and that time, if you want to use your electric geyser or some other heavy appliances like air conditioners, this is in North America, we call it heat pumps, right? So at that peak demand period, if you try to use these heavy loads, and if you are having a time of use tariff, you may have to pay more because it's a high demand period, right? So if you are able to cut down some of your loads, then actually you may pay less, right? So it's and also from the utilities point of view, the demand is reduced. It's good for them. They have to borrow less power from the generating company. So it's a win-win situation both for the utility and for the consumer. That's in a nutshell is what is meant by demand response. And the key enabler for demand response is the load controllability. You have to be able to control the loads. And this home automation system or building automation system gives you that controllability. Now, this also contributes data, right? So this controls unit here, this is collecting information on-off status, operating status of these individual loads. And that is again, from this controller, this is sent to the utility control center, right? So there is again a data flow that is happening. So it's usually the smart meter is not part of these, but it can also be integrated. It's a separate system usually.